What does it take to turn your creative passions and artistic endeavors into a small business? Who are the cool people doing this and making it happen? It's not the easy choice. What kind of person makes these dreams their reality? How did they get started? What made them successful? I'm Jared Lees, and I've always been drawn to artistic endeavors. I've been a musician for almost 30 years, and for the better part of the last decade, I've earned a living as a full-time bladesmith and blacksmith. I'm setting out to meet other artists, craftsfolk, small business owners, and creatives who are working their craft to generate an income. I am to motivate and inspire the next generation to get out there, put in the work, and follow their own path, doing something they love. This is Against the Grain. Today we're going to Norton, Ohio to meet with ornamental blacksmith, toolmaker, and fabricator Nate Olinger. Please forgive my pronunciation of his name later in the interview. I messed up, and that's on me. His work blends modern technology with classic tooling to create everything from beautiful sculptural pieces to functional and decorative home goods for the kitchen and garden or wherever, to these incredible fire pit tools that I'm really excited to show you at the end of the video. During the interview, we're going to hear how he got started, what his inspirations are, and how he transitioned from a backyard tinkerer to a self-sustaining and growing business. Please enjoy the rest of this behind-the-scenes footage of him making one of his amazing fire pit tools, and after that we'll get to the interview. Thanks for watching. How's it going, Nate?
Good. Good.
I'm just trying to get this stool to work out for me here.
Yeah, right.
There we go. All right. So I'm here with Nate Olinger, blacksmith, fabricator, maker of cool things. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got started doing this?
My great-grandfather used to do this kind of stuff, apprenticed in Germany under his brother-in-law, came to the States, and I acquired some of his tools and kind of got started doing it that way. Then an old neighbor of mine gave me my first anvil, and I kind of just jumped into it with 2 feet,
Yeah.
and which a lot of people do because it's a great craft.
Yeah. What kind of work inspires you to do what you do?
Ornamental ironwork is a lot of fun. Just looking at the old masters, it's amazing. I'm not quite on their level, obviously, but it's something to aspire to.
Yeah. What motivates you to keep coming out into the shop day after day after day after day?
It's just the love of the craft. I'm very passionate about it. Like I said, it's my forefathers did it. It's the cornerstone craft. When you can make your own tools and make tools for other people, and then take over into the ornamental side of it, it's a lifelong endeavor that you can never truly master, and that's kind of half the fun of it, is knowing that you're never gonna get to the pinnacle, but you can try to. And it's not something that you can easily get bored with, and that's part of it too. It's there's always something new that you can learn.
I 100% relate to that. I'm always out there trying to get a little better with each hammer blow. You know what I mean? Like just a little bit.
It's a wonderful, wonderful craft to do.
Do you think when someone buys your stuff, with it being handcrafted, like you made it start to finish, and let's be honest, blacksmith stuff, steel can rust. It needs some care, right?
Yeah.
Do you think people are more likely to look after those tools when they buy them, or those products when they get them from us?
Generally, I mean, depends on what kind of tool it is. I mean, all tools are consumable items.
Sure.
So I think when people understand the processes of what's involved, the people that do appreciate that generally take care of that stuff. And the whole premise, and I'm sure this is probably goes for you too, is that nothing makes anybody happier that's a maker. Your product could turn into a family heirloom piece.
I agree. I mean, I always tell people, like, my knives are made not just for you, they're made for your grandkids.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And they will last.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about what kinds of things you make, and you do a lot of craft show type events where you sell your stuff.
Yes.
What kinds of things do you bring to those, and what do you think people are most attracted to? I know what I'm most attracted to, and I talked about it a little bit in the intro that I filmed, but those fire grabbers are awesome. They're super cool, and I'm looking forward. I haven't shown anybody anything yet at this point, but I'm looking forward to showing them that. But
That's cool. So basically, I do a lot of ornamental ironwork. Anything from lighting, decor products, whimsical things that you'd hang on the wall. I make some tools. I make tools for bricklayers. Like Jared said, the fireplace or a fire pit tool, log grabber. I don't have an eloquent name for it.
got to come up with something catchy.
Right. But pretty much the sky's the limit. If it's something that I enjoy making, or generally if it's something, I'll make something if I want it first.
Right.
And then if I really like it and it turns out well, I'll blueprint it and then I'll make more of them, and with the intent to sell.
You've been doing this for how many years now?
About 15.
Okay.
I don't know the exact time frame, but I believe about 15.
How did you transition from just coming out here and enjoying doing it for yourself to actually making pretty decent money at it? You know, I know this is still like on the side for you.
Yes.
But you're making pretty good. I mean, you bought this brand new bandsaw here recently. Like, that's an expensive tool.
Sure.
How did you transition from just tinkering around and kind of messing with cool things and having ideas to, I'm going to turn this into a business and make some money?
I think the way a lot of people start doing this stuff is they are backyard blacksmiths, and they just start tinkering, and then they start giving things away as gifts, and you get feedback from the people you give gifts from. They're like, hey, you know, you should make more of these, and it just kind of snowballs into wanting to make things and engineer things to that are saleable items. Then you figure out, like, hey, I can actually make a little bit of money doing this. There's nothing more fulfilling than making something and then actually have other people that want to buy it.
What are some of the challenges that you face just in general, kind of running this as a business?
My lack of knowledge of running a business.
Fair enough.
We do what we're good at.
Yeah.
And I'm good at making things, but that's a whole nother element of of doing this, is learning all the ins and outs of a business, which it's not like rocket science, but that's, for me, one of the more difficult parts, at least initially.
Do you have any advice for someone that maybe wants to get into blacksmithing or has never done it before but is interested in learning?
Yeah, read. To initially get started, buy books, go to the library. It's a wonderful place. Yeah. Look up local blacksmiths like Jared or myself. The blacksmithing community as a whole is a really cool, good bunch of men and women.
Yeah.
technology anymore. YouTube videos, it's incredible.
Sure.
You can learn a bunch off of that and some bad things off of that.
Sure.
But contact a local blacksmith if you have one relatively close and pick their brain.
What about someone that was maybe looking to start their own creative business? Not necessarily blacksmithing per se, but someone that wanted to get started making a living doing something that they love, or at least making a good side income doing something they love. Like, do you have any words of advice for that?
Probably the biggest thing would be is don't get disappointed too quickly with not making any money. I mean, there's days I'll go to an art show and it's abysmal. It's so hit or miss. It's a crapshoot. And as any business is, I mean, first off though, you have to have a good idea.
Yep.
If you don't have something that's not a good idea, you can't really be disappointed in not being able to sell anything.
Yeah.
But for most people though, don't get disappointed too quickly because it's not taken off as fast as you want it to.
Well, let's go take a look at some of the things that you made, and some of the things that you bring to art shows, and talk about those.
Sure.
Cool. All right, so we got some of your stuff over here. What are you going to tell us about first?
All right, so we can start with this. This is a nice candle sconce, a monster candle sconce. Has old school rivets on it. Pretty legit piece. You definitely got to find a stud to mount it on the wall, but
yeah.
Then I have stuff like this, wall decor products. I call this my moon sun.
What's the inspiration for that piece?
You
say moon sun, but
yeah, honestly, I don't even know. I just every once in a while I get a fun project in my head, and I'll just come out and go, hey, I'll make this. Then I have the banana hanger.
Those are cool.
These are fun. So again, has rivets, keeping with the traditional theme of forge work. Yeah, just a nice little unique thing that's made in our country.
Nice.
Then I have some bookends here. Those
are cool.
Yeah, fun piece. Making rings is a lot of fun to do. Then I have these. It's a cool look. It's different. It's just the natural flow of metal.
Yeah.
Then I have the fire pit.
Yeah, let's see the fire grabber.
This here, so you grab this with your left hand, you grab the D-ring.
You have to show us the top. I don't think we got the bottom.
Yeah, right. And you twist, but these are for outdoor fire pits. Pretty cool tool. These are a good seller for me.
I got one from you like a year ago.
Yeah,
and I've been using it nonstop. There's no going back. Like it's so much easier than like
it beats the hell out of a broomstick or a shovel or and it's a it's a tool and it's a good tool.
It works really well.
Yeah, they're fun to use.
Well, thanks for having me. I've actually brought you something. Brought you a.
Oh hell yeah! Whatever it is, it's gonna be good because if you made it.
Well, I tried. Something you can put to use.
Oh, get out of here, man. Dude, really?
Nice.
That is
maybe 2.75 pound rounding hammer.
That's legit, man.
So,
thank you.
Hope you use it well.
Oh, without a doubt, man. This is stunning. Dude, you do incredible work, man.
Same.
That's
likewise. You do great work.
Well, hopefully this will make my work look a little better. Good stuff, man. Wow, I love this too.
Thanks. The
right here.
work is always fun.
J. Lease.
Yep.
That's cool, man.
Very cool, man.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I hope everybody enjoyed the video, and yeah.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks.
Thanks for watching this first episode of Against the Grain. If you enjoyed this mini doc, please hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. These things all help. These videos are self-funded and produced and are fairly time-consuming to make, but I plan to try and do about one a month. I have lots of inspiring guests in mind, and I'm looking forward to sharing their stories with you. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, cheers, y'all.